Hi, this is Gift. Welcome to ACapitalTrades. In this video, I would like to first thank John, who shared a comment saying, Fresnillo is still a three-bagger, but if we want big bullish moves, we should focus on small mines like Guanajuato. So I did my deep research and I found out that he is correct. If we are looking for massive moves, we must focus on small miners. But that does not mean Fresnillo PLC cannot move big. It absolutely can. However, historically, small mining companies tend to move much faster during a precious metals bull market. So in this video, we are about to dive deeper and show you how you can take advantage of these opportunities. We'll look at three companies: Fresnillo PLC, Guanajuato Silver Company Ltd, and Impact Silver Corp. We will also look at which company is more stable, which one is more speculative, and how investors can scale into positions. Before we dive deeper into the companies, it is important to understand how the silver mining sector works. There are generally three levels of mining companies. First, we have major producers. These are large companies producing tens of millions of ounces of silver every year. Then we have mid-tier producers. These are smaller but still established mining companies. Finally, we have junior miners, which are smaller companies with growing production or exploration projects. In a silver bull market, the typical pattern starts with major miners moving. Then the mid-tier miners follow. Finally, the junior miners explode in price. This is why investors looking for higher percentage returns often look at smaller mining companies. Let's briefly compare everything with Fresnillo PLC, which is one of the largest silver producers in the world. Headquartered in Mexico, it's majority owned by Industrias Peñoles. The company operates several large mines, including Saucito, Fresnillo Mine, San Julian, and Herradura. Together, these operations produce tens of millions of ounces of silver annually. Fresnillo is considered stable because of its long operating history, large mineral reserves, and long-term relationships with global refiners and metals buyers. These buyers include industrial manufacturers and solar panel producers that supply silver to the electronics and manufacturing industries globally. Between 2025 and early 2026, Fresnillo experienced an explosive rally, reaching approximately 399% growth. However, because it's so large, its growth is usually slower than smaller companies. Now let's move to the first small miner, Guanajuato Silver Company Ltd. Headquartered in Vancouver, Canada, its operations are primarily located in historic mining districts in Mexico. Its main producing mines include El Cubo, Valenciana, San Ignacio, and Topia. These regions have produced silver for more than 450 years, making them historically rich silver districts. The company is led by CEO James Anderson, who has focused on acquiring underperforming mining assets and turning them into productive operations. Production has been steadily increasing. In 2023, the company produced around 3.5 million silver equivalent ounces. In 2024, they reported record quarterly production close to 1 million ounces in a single quarter. Guanajuato is aggressively expanding operations and investing in new drilling programs for 2026 and beyond. This growth trajectory makes it a very interesting play for investors. Because the company is still relatively small, its stock price can move much more aggressively if silver prices increase. However, this also means it's more volatile and carries higher risk. The second small miner is Impact Silver Corp. Also Canadian-based with operations in Mexico, they focus on the royal mines of Zacualpan district, another historically significant region. Unlike single mine companies, Impact Silver operates a district-scale operation with multiple deposits. This gives the company significant exploration potential across silver, lead, and zinc. They own their own processing facilities, providing operational flexibility and potentially higher profit margins. Still, as a junior miner, their revenues are much smaller than giants like Fresnillo. One important factor is who actually buys the silver. Demand comes from industrial manufacturers, solar producers, electronics makers, refiners, and global commodity trading houses. Large producers like Fresnillo have structured long-term supply relationships. Smaller miners usually sell through refiners and trading companies that distribute the metal globally. Why are some mining stocks retracing right now? Markets rarely move straight up. They move in cycles of rally, retracement, consolidation, and then continuation. Another factor is rising geopolitical tension involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. During these periods, investors become more cautious and rotate capital quickly between sectors. Large institutions begin locking in profits after massive rallies. Global capital often rotates between commodities, energy, and defensive assets during geopolitical uncertainty. Geopolitical instability can increase long-term demand for precious metals as safe haven assets. Short-term volatility doesn't necessarily change the long-term bullish outlook for silver. Junior miners like Guanajuato and Impact usually react more aggressively to market swings. They experience larger drops during corrections but can deliver much stronger rallies when momentum returns. Understanding the difference between stability and speculation is key. Diversify wisely and subscribe to ACapitalTrades for more macro insights. See you in the next video.